What it is, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Aurelius. And with this channel, I'm going to try to do different things like these YouTubers be doing, but I'm not going to keep a promise. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to upload every day and do this and do that, because truth be told, I might stop after this. I don't know how this story time is going to do. But yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I might make another one. So anyways, let's get to it. So today's video is going to be a story time on how I almost got jumped. And the reason how I almost got jumped was because I had roasted people, and a lot of them were butthurt. And this story is really crazy, funny, and stupid at the same time. And how it all started was extremely petty. And when I mean petty, it's like not 50 Cent petty levels, but it was close to there. So anyway, let's get to it. How this all started was, it was the end of another day of school for me, and I was on my bus getting ready to go home and all, and a bus driver goes off the school parking lot. And if you live in Lansing, Michigan, then you know the three high schools, Everett, Eastern, and Sexton. I went to Everett. So I'm just on the bus, the bus driver, she just driving, kids, like people that's on the bus, they just doing whatever. And I'm looking at the window, and I see two people who I'm going to name CH and CT. CH, he was a grade higher than me. CT was a grade lower above me. I was a sophomore, so you get the point. I see both of them laughing at me, pointing their fingers like little kids. I'm like what are they doing? Like what y'all doing? I don't say nothing. I just made like a look on their face like, oh, so y'all wanna laugh? Okay. And something inside me had just snapped, like I couldn't take it no more. Like, you know what? I can't take this mess no more, because sophomore year, it wasn't bad, but I definitely did get like disrespected sometimes in the school by like other people saying slick stuff, laughing at me, all kinds of like stupid mess. So yeah, there was another person that got off the same stop as me. His name was Antonio. And I remember asking Antonio after we got off the bus, I was like, yo, Antonio, do you know who those two people was? He was like, yeah, that's CH and that's CT. And he gave me their names. And I remember, I think the week before, the school yearbook had just gotten released. And the teacher that had done the yearbooks was Mr. Allen. And Mr. Allen was a real cold piece. Like, if I keep doing these YouTube videos, I have a story time on him. And he did me so dirty. You just gonna have to watch. But anyways, I go to my room and I find my yearbook, and I started looking for these two people, and I found both of them. And I saw these school pictures they had taken, and oh my god, their school pictures was fucked up. Like, I don't know how they have the right to talk shit about me, which I think they was doing, and laugh at me. And their school pictures was like fucked up from top to bottom. CH's picture, like, he had like a jacked up afro, like his afro was all crooked and everything. And he honestly looked like the Peanut Man from the Proud Family after he took off his face mask. And if you've seen the Proud Family movie, and when he takes off his mask, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're probably young. And I said for CT, like, he had a really dumb look on his face, like he didn't know the picture was about to be taken or something. So I found them, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to roast a couple of more people while I'm at it. I remember I ended up getting like 5 or 6 people: CH, CT, a girl named Tavia, and Mr. Ratburn. And Mr. Ratburn, that is a story time on its own. I'm just going to say that. So I remember I found all of the people's Facebook. It was pretty easy to be honest. And I started grabbing like a photo or two, and I started roasting everybody. Like, I used the app on my phone and the app on my computer to find photos. I merged them together, and that's how I was roasting folks. Picture roasting. That's what I call it. So the next day rolls around, and I get to the school, and it was Late Start Wednesday. Late Start Wednesday was a really good thing that I enjoyed a lot. It was when you would arrive 2 hours later than the normal time at school. I don't know why Lansing School District did that, but I'm glad that they did. And I remember that it was me, Christian, I think Titus, Jaden, and Darren, and Charles, CJ, who I'm going to call because there was a lot of Charles in the story time. We was all just chilling and everything. I started showing all of them the photos, and they and all of them had like the same reactions as to, oh my God, like they couldn't believe that I was doing that. They were shocked as hell. A lot of them were. I see Demetrius, who I used to go to school with. I showed him, and he just had a shocked look on his face, like oh my God, like he didn't say it, but he just had like his mouth covering up and everything. He was just like, dang, Terrell, like you're doing people like that? I started laughing and everything, and the bell rings. Everything was going smooth until third hour, and that's when stuff hits the fan. So I'm in my third hour, and I had the same hour with Darren. It was English, and the teacher liked me, but she was weird as hell. Like she was weird and everything. Like she was very weird. So it was like a mixture of a lot of like popular kids in that hour for some reason, just because. And I remember just thinking like, yeah, I'm going to show a couple more people the photos. I think I showed maybe one person the photo in the classroom. Darren had already seen it. It was somebody named DQ. And if you don't know who DQ is, then oh well, because if you're from Lansing, then you know who he is. So yeah, I remember showing DQ a photo, and he just said, shaking my head, oh my God. He was like, oh, I'm going to tell Ratburn about the photos. And I was like, wait, what you talking about, man? Like, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Like, it was all bad and everything. Like, that's when stuff started to hit the fan. And I don't know how Ratburn found out, but she did. Because Darren later showed me a status that she had posted on Facebook. She was like, I don't know who made this photo of such and such. I didn't look at the whole thing, but it said that Mr. Ratburn and something else, so I don't know. And that's when I started to get a little bit worried. And fourth hour, nothing happens. So it was in lunchtime for me, and Everett had 3 lunches: lunch A, lunch B, and lunch C. I seen a couple of more people. It was me, I think Titus, Jaden, CJ, Charles, and somebody that I went to middle school with named Zach and everything. And I showed all of them the photos once again because they wanted to see it. They couldn't believe it. But then CJ tells me that he heard folks talking about whoever made that photo of Ratburn was going to get jumped and everything, was going to get that ass beat. That's when I started to get worried a lot. I was like, what the hell, man? Like, is you serious? Like, what? And he was like, yeah, man. He was like, I heard people was talking like, saying that if we ever find out who made that photo, we was gonna beat they ass, such and such. And that started to scare me a little bit too, because I have never gotten jumped in my life, and I hope I never get jumped in life. Like, no one wants to ever get jumped in life, and that's just facts. So I start to get a little bit scared, like, for real. So then I see the girl Tavia, she's crying and everything. She has her friends alongside with her. They weren't crying. They was there like helping her and everything, trying to stop her to cry. And to this day, I still don't know why she was crying, but I suspected that she had found out about her photo and everything because I said for Tavia, I said that she looked like a freaking rat and everything. Like, I wish I could show you guys these photos, but man, if I showed you them photos, man, I think it would reignite so many things that was left dead. Like, it was bad, but if I do show the photos, I'm definitely going to crop everybody's picture out just because they don't need to know that I'm talking about this because this is my story time, not theirs. So I see the girl crying and everything, and then lunch was over, 5th hour, nothing happened. Oh yeah, I forgot about one person. His name was Mez and everything. Mez was a cool person, and he's involved in this story too a little bit, just a little bit. So I get out of 5th hour, and I remember seeing DQ and somebody else I'm cool with. His name was Devontae. I was like, yeah, DQ, you're not gonna say that it's me, right? And DQ was acting suspect as hell. Like, he wasn't saying nothing. Like, he was saying stuff, but it wasn't what I wanted to hear. He was just messing with me and everything, cause it seemed like that he was 100% going to snitch on me, saying that I was the one that had made those photos. And 6th hour rolls around, and I'm just in the classroom, just worried and everything. And Mr. Allen's video production classroom was shit. Like, it was garbage. Like, anybody can just come in the classroom, just chill, and that was it. Like, he didn't care. And then I just remember seeing CJ again. He came into the classroom. He would do that a couple of times actually, and he kept telling me that people were saying more bull crap, saying that they was gonna jump the person who did it, like such and such. It didn't help me out. So then by the end of the day, it was over with. So then next day rolls around. I remember seeing DQ again, and I asked him, was he gonna say something? And he was like, man, nah, I wasn't gonna say nothing. Like, nothing happened by then. Like, this was 3rd hour again, next day. So I'm showing folks CH and CT's photo and everything, and many people really liked CH photo more because many people thought it was funny of how I got him. And yeah, I'm still showing photos and everything is cool until I hear that Mr. Rapburn's sister, Kai, boyfriend was going to fight the person that made the photo. Like, he was going to fight and whoop the person's butt that had made the photos. And I was like, what? Is you serious? Like, and Kai's boyfriend, his name was Caleb, and he was like 6 feet something. I don't know, but he looked like Franklin the Turtle in the face. That's what he looked like. He looked like Franklin the Turtle in the face and everything. So then I'm just hearing more things and all. And it wasn't until I think the next day, that's when things really got bad. So apparently I found out in my 3rd hour, I'm talking to Darren, that the hour before that Caleb had confronted Mez, CJ, and Darren because he had a suspicion that it was someone from that group. And for some reason, I don't know who said it or what, but people had suspected that it was Mez that had made those photos. And what happened was Caleb confronted Mez, saying like, yo, why'd you make those photos and everything? And Mez was confused as ever, and apparently he was about to beat up Mez. Like, he was about to fight Mez and everything. And then CJ had to step in, and CJ straight up ratted me out. He showed him who I was. He showed him my Facebook. He showed him my classes and everything. He told him everything about me. And when Darren told me that the 3rd hour, I thought I was done for big time. I thought I was done. I just remember my 4th hour classroom, I couldn't even concentrate. I was just scared crap shitless because I thought they was really about to do something to me. Like, I was so worried to the point I was thinking about deleting my Facebook and everything. Like that's how scared I was, because I am not trying to get beat up. I'm not trying to fight nobody. I'm not trying to do none of that mess, man. Like, it was just a joke. Like, who gets mad over a roast and everything? Like, if you don't like it, just roast me back. But I remember that day I remember that day I didn't actually go into the lunchroom. I was just in the hallways by the staircase, just thinking of like, what could I have done differently? Like, what the F just happened? Like, what is going on? So then I ended up seeing CJ later of the day, and he told me that Caleb has said that as long as that I didn't show no one else that photo, it was going to be fine. I was like, wait, what? He said that? And CJ was like, yeah, like, I guess Caleb didn't like that I was like sending, like showing people the photo of rapper and everything, and he was like, as long as I don't show the photos to nobody else, nothing was going to happen. And after that, I was just left shocked. I was just shocked and confused. Like, what was that talk of you going to jump the person who did all that kind of stuff? And after that, I just left it over with. It was dead to me, but it ain't over yet for Caleb. So that day, I think it was the next day, it was 6 hour, and it was just me and Christian. Christian was on the phone with somebody, talking to somebody that was in the classroom at Everett, and he had said my name and everything. He was like, yeah, I'm just chilling with Terrell and everything. And then I don't know what the girl has said, but Christian was like Christian has said, like, what you mean he's going to fight him? I was just like shocked, because I was like, what you mean? Like, I apparently CH had found out about that photo that I had made, and he wanted to fight. And I kept hearing from different people that he was going to whoop my ass, he was going to do this, he was going to do that. And the thing that still gets me to this day was that he kept threatening me. I kept hearing threats from different people. Like, he never said it to my face. Like, I kept hearing things from Antonio. He kept telling me, yo, CH said stop being a B and face him like a man and everything. And I was like, man, I ain't scared of him. And he could have confronted me like a man, but I didn't do nothing wrong. Like, you was talking mess about me, and you get mad when I roast you back. Like, and apparently he has said stuff on his Facebook talking about, oh, somebody's talking about me, someone's talking crap, this and that. And it was ridiculous at that point. See, I'm hearing more messages and everything, and the crazy part about it was that I found out from Antonio that CH was apparently has seen me in one of my classes just looking stupid and everything. But if you had seen me in one of my classes, how come you didn't confront me then? You just want to beat me up and everything? Like, get me in the blind spot, just take me out? So yeah, at this point, it was like one more week before school was about to be over with. And I remember one day on a Friday night, for some reason, I wanted a Speedway slushie. Not quality dairy, but a Speedway slushie. Then I asked my mom, she was like, nah, you don't gotta do all that. Then her friend was like, man, just let him just go get the slushie and everything. And it was my mama's friend who was like, man, just go ahead. Like, and then after that, she was like, she didn't care after that point. So the crazy thing is that when I got my slushie, I shit you not, I saw Caleb going into the store, and we both exchanged looks and everything. He had a look of surprise on his look. I was like, oh shoot. I didn't say it out loud. I was just like, oh man. And then I remember telling Darren about that. He was just laughing his butt off. He was like, I forgot what he said, but yeah, I actually saw Caleb in public and everything, and he didn't say nothing to me. I didn't say nothing to him. I got my slushie, I rode my bike back home, and the story. So it's June, first week of June, and the threats keep continuing. And at this point, I'm like this. Like, whatever happens, happens. If I get my wig split, if I get beat up or something like that, then it's whatever. And Devontae's told me that I sound like DJ Academics, and it was the last day of school, and CH was still making threats about how he's going to do something to me. And at this point, I was like a little bit worried, but at the same time, I really wasn't, because he hadn't confronted me face to face. So what was the point? I get out of school on the last day of school. It was a half day. Nothing ever happened to me. I never got touched. I never got confronted. Nothing ever happened. I remember seeing Darren and Titus there, and Titus had asked me, "Did you see him? Like, anything happened?" And I was like, "Nope, nothing happened." And Titus, he was like, "Man, don't worry about that. He ain't gonna do nothing." Like, it wasn't no motivational talk, but they was basically saying, "Don't worry about him. Like, he ain't gonna do jack." And he never did. And that was the end of my sophomore year. And what had happened was, the next school year, a couple of weeks into the school year, I'm walking in the hallways. I see CH, and then CH just opens the door slowly and turns his head back slowly and just stares at me like, "I know it was you." Probably saying he was a whole bitch in his mind, but he didn't do nothing then. Like, the situation is dead and everything, and at this point, it was over with. I still continued to roast folks though, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much the story and everything. I apologize if I may seem like I'm out of place and all, but this is my first video and it's crazy and everything. I didn't want to make it too long, but yeah, if you like this video, you can watch or subscribe. But if you watch the video and don't subscribe, then you're gonna get your wig split. Simple as that. Until next time, maybe later.